In this video, we're going to talk about romance, marriage, and what unfortunately could happen, which is breaking up and divorce. If you're looking for a romantic relationship, you might meet someone and go on a date. The first date that you have with that person is called a first date. And it's quite important because you will know whether you like that person and whether you have things in common with them. If you have been on a few dates with someone, you can say that you are dating them or that you're going out with them. On these dates, you can get to know the person. You can ask them about their hobbies, about their friends and family, and see if you have things in common. You don't normally fall in love on the first date, and you don't say I love you on the first date. However, if you do fall in love on the first date, you can say that it was love at first sight, which means that you fell in love with them the first time that you saw them. If you're in a serious relationship, you might even get engaged. Getting engaged means that your partner proposed to you or you proposed to them and you're planning on getting married. People don't usually get engaged in the first few weeks. It normally takes quite a few months or years. When someone proposes to their partner, they are asking them to marry them. And people always like to ask how their partner proposed or how they proposed. People normally get down on one knee and take a ring out and present it to their partner and ask them to marry them. If you get engaged and everything goes well, you will probably get married. Some people like to have a big ceremony, whereas others like to keep it small and have more private ceremony with only their closest friends and family members. The wedding is normally held at a church if you are a Christian. But a lot of people get married in other venues that aren't religious now. There are special wedding venues that are beautifully decorated and they are quite spacious because sometimes hundreds of people are invited to the wedding. After the wedding, you have the reception, which is where you have a party. You don't have the party at the church. You go to another venue if you got married in a church, or you stay at the same venue if the venue wasn't religious, and that's where you have the wedding party with all the food and all the drinks. The holiday that you have after you get married is called a honeymoon. People like to go to more exotic places on their honeymoon. They don't usually go to places that they've been to before. I know quite a few people that have been on cruises. Honeymoons are a big thing, and people usually spend quite a lot of money on them. At least that's what I have seen. However, if you're in a relationship and it isn't going well, you might break up. Breaking up means that you end the relationship. Normally you break up with someone, so I broke up with my boyfriend, you would say. And if you were married, then you would get a divorce. Now we're going to see some interesting phrasal verbs about love, relationships that I have chosen. Fall for someone means that you start to feel like you're in love with someone. So I went on a date and I really fell for him on the first date, for example. Hit it off means that you get along well with someone immediately. You can use this phrasal verb to talk about friendship as well. So when I met him, we immediately hit it off. So it means that we immediately had a connection, a good relationship. Make up means to reconcile after a fight. So if you've argued with someone or had a fight and you make up with them, then it means that you're on good terms with them. So now you're back to normal. To cheat on someone means to be unfaithful. So it means that you go and have a relationship with another person. She broke up with her boyfriend because he had cheated on her. Now let's look at a few expressions that we have. Pop the question means to propose. He popped the question while they were on holiday at the beach. So it means that he got down on one knee and asked his partner to marry him. To tie the knot means to get married. They tied the knot in November. And lastly, to walk down the aisle means to get married. The aisle is where the bride normally walks down when she gets married. People are usually sitting down on either side and there's like a gap, a space between them, and the bride walks down the aisle. So walk down the aisle means to get married. And we usually use this expression to talk about the bride. If you have found this video useful, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thank you and bye bye.